We usually associate omelettes with our breakfast. However, today I'm going to show you a duck omelette, and this is a fantastic way to use up eggs and on top of it, a fantastic light dinner. So today we've got some Peking roast duck legs. I'm going to place these duck legs in the oven for about 15 minutes just to reheat. You know, this is a great recipe if you've got some leftover roast duck from Sunday roast, or you've got some leftover chicken. You could even do this as a vegetarian option and omit the meat completely and use some tofu. So in the oven for 15 minutes. We've reheated the duck in the oven and it cooled down slightly. And look, I really did this just to make it easier to get the meat off the bones here. So you just get your knife and just pull. See how easy that is to pull the meat away there? And we'll just make sure we don't leave any of that behind on the bones. So we've just sliced all that duck now, and I have some shiitake mushrooms here. And these have been rehydrated, just in some water, some warm water, and I've taken the stalks out. So I'm just slicing those, you know, not too fine, because we do want some texture in this omelette, but we just want them about 1 centimetre thick. I've also got some ginger here, so 3 main ingredients for the filling for this omelette, and I'm just going to finely grate it on this grater here. You need about 1 tablespoon of ginger. I really want to taste this in the mushrooms and the duck. So we have our 3 elements ready. I have some sesame oil here, and sesame oil is quite strong, so you want to use it quite scarcely. So I just want about ½ teaspoon here, and I've got some rice bran oil, so a good glug of that in the bottom of that pan. And all we do now is simply add the duck. We just want to get some slight colour on that. To this we'll add our shiitake mushrooms and that ginger. Okay, we'll give that a good toss. Oh, it smells so good. As soon as that ginger hits that sesame oil, just really great flavour combination here. So while we're sautéing that off, we can start with our eggs. And I need about 6 eggs for this omelette. So we'll just crack them in a large bowl like this. And instead of seasoning this with some salt, I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. So 6 eggs in the bowl. Now I just want to break up these eggs and just lightly mix it. You don't want to over whisk this because it'll become quite frothy, and I almost want it to be marbled with the yolk and the egg whites. So like I was saying before, we just want a little bit of soy sauce, and I'm using a soy that has less salt, and we'll just crush those egg yolks like that, almost bruise them and just gently whisk them, almost do a figure of 8 in there just to lightly combine it. So the eggs are ready to go. All we need to do now is remove our duck and mushroom mixture out of the pan, and we'll come back to that in a few moments. And instead of getting another pan for this, all I do is quickly wipe it. The beauty of non-stick, nothing left there. There we go, perfect. So I'll get some more rice bran oil here. We just want to lightly coat the bottom of that pan there. And all we do is get those eggs and pop them straight in the pan. And with an omelette, what I like to do is just bring in the sides to start with, just like so, just to start the cooking process. We now leave that, allow it to set. That's going to cook for about 1 minute, no more, and then we can finish this omelette by adding our duck and mushrooms. So you can see here the omelette has just set, and there's a little bit that's not cooked, but that's fine because it's going to continue cooking. I don't want it to be too dry. So at this stage, we're going to add that ginger mushroom mixture just to one side. You can add as little or as much you like. I'm going to be greedy with this because this duck is so nice, especially the shiitake. And just for some extra crunch, I've got some bean sprouts here, and you want to leave this just to the last minute so they retain that crunchiness. And we just get our spatula here and just turn that omelette over. So this would actually feed, you know, 4 people easily. And we just slide that off onto our presentation plate. Of course, non-stick makes that nice and easy. And just to garnish this, I've got some spring onions here, and we're just going to slice them just on an angle. Okay, so I've also got some hoisin sauce here, and this is that really nice sweet plum sauce that goes so nicely with duck. And I just drizzle a little bit of that on the top, a little bit more over here. Some more bean sprouts, just pile that on the top there. And last but not least, our fresh spring onions on the top. Look at that. You know, that's an omelette with an oriental twist. So instead of just having omelettes for breakfast, why don't you try it for dinner?